Hey guys, I'm Jim and this is Warren, and
Hello,
you're
guys.
watching Talking Vintage Show 19. Yeah, this is our 19th show. Yeah, did you know that?
Oh,
Are you with me?
No.
You're just staring at the camera. Hey guys, this is Talking Vintage, Jim and Warren. We're coming to you from Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot, located at 502 West Brennan Road, Lakeland, Florida, 33813.
This is our 19th show.
The 19th show. I just told you that. Yep. If you're interested in what Decades is doing, because they do sponsor our show, check them out on Facebook. Everything they do is right there on Facebook and the website. The website is decadesreclaimed.com.
All
yeah.
one word.
Yeah, or www.decadesreclaimed.com, or HTTP : whatever // yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what we're talking about. Go to decadesreclaimed.com and check them out there. All right, it is summertime.
Already?
It is. It's
Holy
hot outside.
moly.
We're here in Florida, and we're in a warehouse, as you can see, and we have fans everywhere, and it's still a gazillion degrees, and it's still May.
Yeah.
May, and it's a gazillion degrees.
So technically we're not in summer yet.
Yes, we are.
Well,
I don't
it's
know
May.
when summer starts. It's hot. It's summer.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about summer vintage. What's the first thing you think of when you think of summer vintage? Is
Hot.
No, clothing.
Oh, clothing.
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 When you're talking about summer and you're talking about vintage clothing,
Okay.
first thing I think about is bathing suits.
Oh, we don't sell bathing
I know,
suits
but their vintage bathing suits seem to be a big deal. We don't have a lot of vintage clothing here in the shop.
Right.
I'll put that out there. But clothing, number one, I think of when you think of summer vintage, bathing suits, hats,
Oh, yeah,
things
for
like
sure,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
you need hats.
Yeah. Next thing I think of when you're talking about summer vintage is outdoor furniture.
Yes, we sell. Yeah, we sell.
Yeah, quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
The wrought iron, the tubular
round table.
tubular steel. Yep. That's the gliders.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. Planters.
Yep.
Planters, outdoor furniture and accessories. We'll
Right,
say.
yeah, end tables, yeah, for
Maybe
sure.
those old lawn darts. You remember them?
Ooh.
And you throw them. They're illegal
Oh,
now
they
or
are
something.
illegal.
I don't know. But they're
Yeah.
still out there.
Yeah.
I have a vintage slip and slide back in my booth. It is the original slip and slide. Super cool. Okay, so when we're talking about vintage and we're talking about summer vintage, that's what we're talking about. So what else? Well, this is kind of the outside thing, but I was thinking about umbrellas and baskets.
Yeah, umbrellas don't last long here. In
I know,
Florida,
but
though.
still,
They-
when you talk about summer vintage, not just Florida,
well,
he has to do just wherever he's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, right now you're probably in Michigan.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
there we go. All right, travel stuff. I think it's vintage, summer vintage. I think of travel stuff.
Okay.
Suitcases and
Picnic
things like that.
baskets?
I said baskets
Picnic
and
baskets,
umbrellas.
Picnic baskets to take with you on traveling in a
Warren,
cooler.
I just said umbrellas and picnic
But that was
baskets and then
outside.
moved on
To
to
travel. You travel with a picnic basket.
Okay, Warren's putting picnic baskets in two different categories here.
Well,
so.
that's true though.
It is.
You don't
It
take a
is true.
picnic
Travel
basket on your
stuff,
patio.
small alarm clocks, things like that. Things that you would take when you traveled.
Beer?
So, beer. Yes, we need some beer. Okay. That's it for our vintage summer stuff. It's hot here in the warehouse. It's hot at Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot. If you come to visit us, we have an air-conditioned location in the front of the store, so you can get cooled off. But you may consider coming in the morning when it's a little bit cooler. We have waters if you need them. You just have to prepare. It is shaded, so it's not like being totally outside, but it does get warm in here. That's why we have all the fans. So if you're susceptible to the heat, then come in the morning.
Come early.
Yeah, or plan to start in the warehouse, go to the front of the building, cool yourself off, and then go back to the warehouse to finish. Because the warehouse really is
divided.
where most of the stuff is.
And it's divided, right side, left side. So
All right, we're going to spend a little time. We're going to move on to the vendor corner. We're going to
Okay.
spend a little time in the vendor corner.
we're going to talk
You
about.
spent a lot of time in the corner as a child,
Yeah, I
right?
did.
So
I
this,
did.
yeah. So what we're going to talk about today, as far as the vendor corner is pricing. This seems to be a subject that comes up all the time. How do you price items?
You price it to sell.
You
gotta
well,
sell
that's
it.
the whole thing. Some people don't price to sell.
Yeah.
Some people use Etsy and eBay as their pricing tool, which is a good place to go. But that's what everybody's asking. That's not what it's sold for. You'll never see what it's sold for on Etsy because they don't do that. And you have to refine your search in eBay in order to locate the sold items to find out what it is. So again, be careful of using Etsy or eBay as a pricing tool. eBay does work if you refine your search and you see what it's sold for. And you also have to remember, eBay's worldwide. And if you're looking at a pair of baby shoes like these exact baby shoes, and you find them on eBay and people have them listed, and they're on Etsy and people have them listed for $100. Okay, well obviously they're not worth $100, but you don't know what they're worth, so you can refine the search on eBay for these shoes, and then you can see that they only sold for $5. So you can't go putting 50 on them. And only one sold. When you're looking at the sold and you only see one, that's the last 90 days, and only one of them sold, and that's worldwide. So you'd be better off putting $1 on your shoes in your area and selling them that way. So you got to be careful when you're pricing.
Pricing also
Yeah,
has
and
single condition, right?
Right, and then we got to talk about the buying side of it, the customer side of it. I don't know what it is about the vintage business, but everybody wants a bargain. I mean, everybody wants a discount on everything. I mean, you wouldn't go into a regular retail store and automatically ask for a discount, but I would say that a good percentage, not a majority, a good percentage of the customers that come into a place like ours, they ask for a discount every time. And, we try to price our items fair, and then when you're asking for a discount, it takes away. It takes away, I mean, sometimes it's just a no. I mean, a lot of times it's how you approach it, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, it really is. So be cautious. The people at a vintage store work hard to gather their items. They have to take the item, clean the item, price the item, put the item on their shelf, bring it to the shop or whatever. There's some work involved in there, and they deserve to make some money. Now, they don't deserve to make $100 on a pair of shoes that only sold for $5, but they do deserve, and often, in most places, most of the vendors know what they're doing, and they're asking for a fair price. So when you ask for a discount and they say it's a fair price, then you just need to go with that. But some people, no, they don't want. They just want it. Yeah, they want
a good price.
They offer half, and yeah, that's almost insulting.
It is
insulting to a vendor and a business owner and a vendor here. I mean, that's just insulting to us, or when they try to beat the piece up.
Oh, yes.
Well, the shoes are a little bit worn and the laces aren't tied exactly right and there's a little stain right there. They beat the piece up. Well, obviously we know those things. That's why we priced it the way we did. But, all right, so off my soapbox. Getting off.
You getting off?
That's it. That's it for
yourself.
Vendor Corner.
Okay.
We did our game last week. Mm-hmm. We're going to do it again this week. This is our 5 for 5. You have to tag 5 people in the comments below this video, and you have to share the video. You have to do this on our Facebook page, not off a share of the video, because we won't see your 5 people. Once you've tagged your 5 people and you shared the video, we'll give you $5, and it's the first 5 people that do that. Last week we did 10 for 5, and I don't know if I put a cap on how many people could do that. We might be broke. Who knows? I haven't looked and see what the results are yet, but yeah, we might be broke.
You can't look at the results.
So this is the 5 for 5. The first 5 people who tag 5 people in the comments below and share the video from the Decades page will get $5 of Decades cash they can use at a future purchase. You have about 5 days to pick it up, 10 days to use it, about 2 weeks. Okay? That's it for the show. We appreciate everybody watching. I'm Jim, and this is Warren, and you've been watching Talking Vintage. Sorry the show went a little bit longer today. Warren's going to turn the video off.